RMJ Movie Reviews back again with an on-the-fly movie review of Red Sparrow, starring Jennifer Lawrence and Joel Edgerton. Wow. I have become a fan of Joel Edgerton. I didn't actually even realize how long Joel Edgerton had been out here because I became basically a fan of Joel Edgerton because of the movie Warrior. I love that movie with him and Tom Hardy. I hear they're coming out with a sequel. I hope it's directed by the same guy, and I can't wait to see it because I love it. But looking back on movies from years back, I didn't realize Joel Edgerton had been out here that long. You know, when I saw Warrior, and I didn't realize he was the same dude from Smoking Aces who switched faces. I was like, I didn't even know that was Joel Edgerton. But anyway, and Jennifer Lawrence, I like Jennifer Lawrence. You know, I'm not a gigantic super duper fan, but I do like her. I think she's a good actress. And when I saw the trailer for this thing in front of a couple of other movies, I was like, the first thought that popped into my mind was it reminded me of that old movie, I think from like, I don't know whether it was from 1997, 98, or 99, a movie starring Ashley Judd and Ewan McGregor called Eye of the Beholder. That's what the trailer reminded me of, and it reminded me of another movie from going real old school, 1993 or 1994, starring Gary Oldman, called Romeo is Bleeding. I think that was the movie. I think it was called Romeo is Bleeding. Old school movie fans, you guys tell me who know Gary. I think that was the name of the movie. But that were the two movies I thought of when I saw the trailer for Red Sparrow. And I'd say Red Sparrow pretty much does fall into that category of like kind of spy, espionage, erotic thriller. Now here's the thing. I didn't have high expectations. I didn't particularly want to see this film, but you know, I'm a movie guy. That's what I love to do. So, you know, after I got some business done and all my stuff, I squeezed in a day where I could go see it, you know, after I took care of errands and all those sort of things. So here's my thing. A lot of reviews have been bashing it pretty hard. I thought it was okay. It was okay. It's definitely not something I would buy on Blu-ray, and it's not something I would ever like watch over and over again because I just didn't think the entertainment value was there, nor was the story. I think my biggest issue with the film was, I know I've been hearing a lot of people have issues with the misogyny aspect of the film. I feel kind of two ways about it. I kind of feel the movie kind of veers a little bit into Michael Winner, Death Wish 2, getting your own rocks off through art kind of thing by, you know, brutalizing and exploiting women and doing sadistic, sadomasochistic sexual stuff to them. I think there's a little bit of Michael Winner, Death Wish 2 going on in Red Sparrow a little bit. But I also get the gist of, you know, her character takes her power back regardless of all this brutality that is inflicted upon her. But I'd say the very first rape scene in the movie, because, you know, she was raped, and, you know, I felt that scene, although it didn't push it too far, it didn't touch nowhere near Death Wish 74 or Death Wish 2 type of on-screen assault. But I still kind of felt maybe it didn't have to kind of go as far as it did, but it made its point. And I think the issue I have with the movie is basically, okay, so she gets a chance to help her mother, blah, blah, blah. And her uncle enlists her into this spy James Bond school. But basically, it's a school, and it's quoted in the movie, excuse me, but whore school. And they basically teach you how to, you know, manipulate through sex. But you have to be willing to go all the way to disconnect from your own feelings of basically do anything sexual, be subjected to any kind of sexual fantasy, depravity, whatever, of whoever your target is. And basically there's like a scene where this lady, almost a Point of No Return style, La Femme Nikita type of training school, where this woman who is, the actress is terrifying. She's like the den mother of this whore school, and she basically says, okay, Bobby, come up here, you come up here, take your clothes off. And now y'all go ahead and handle some business in front of the whole room. And there's literally like a scene, and I've seen other reviewers talk about it, minor spoiler, where there was a guy who was a pedophile. He was arrested. They still have this gentleman detained, and they want to teach the girls that you're going to have to do whatever you got to do to get information. So they literally bring out the guy who's the pedophile, but at this point he's like I mean, he's like just disgusting. And the den mother goes like, okay, stoop down. Go ahead. We're going to show you how to disconnect emotionally. And it's really, you know, I again, like I said in my Death Wish review, I've seen all types of movie violence. You know, again, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actor, so, you know, I realize there's cut, there's action, there's camera angles, there's sound effects. I get all that. But even I was kind of going like, should I look? Am I wrong for watching? You know, there's some pretty uncomfortable moments, and it's more than multiple times that she's almost assaulted. She's raped once, and I think there's 2 other rape attempts in the film, if I remember right. But I just kind of was like, okay, we get the point. Like, you know, she was raped earlier in the movie. Why does she have to have a rape attempt again? I just didn't understand why they had to keep going back to it. But here's the thing. The way I feel is that's all the movie's got going for it, is the sexual depravity. You know, the story kind of chugs along and chugs. And don't get me wrong, when Joel Edgerton was on screen, I was pretty interested in it because I really like Joel Edgerton as an actor, and I really like that movie he directed, The Gift. I thought that movie was great. But Joel Edgerton he keeps my interest, and Jennifer Lawrence's character, and there's a couple interesting scenes in there, but all the movie has going for it is just a sexual depravity. You know, but when it comes to actually figuring out who the mole is and trying to save I believe it's the Russian government, I was only mildly interested. And this movie's like 2 hours and I don't know, it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something crazy like that. I mean, this is like epic, The Abyss, like The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises long. I mean, this movie is long, and I was just like, I just didn't understand why it had to be this long. I really thought it could have ended earlier than that. I really believed that. But, I mean, all in all, I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it as much as everybody did. But again, the sexual depravity, I thought they lingered on that a little bit too long. I thought they lingered on that way too long in the story. Ultimately, I mean, but you do see her use it throughout the movie, which is the only cool part about that I liked is when she's using it, you kind of get fooled like you're almost the victim of it because you're not really sure. Cause like me as a man watching the movie, I kind of was watching the movie kind of thinking like, well, dang, if she rolled up on me, well, dang, I might end up strapped to a chair with a plastic bag over my head and somebody peeling my skin off. You know what I mean? Like you watch the movie, you go like, could I really resist? You know, I might end up strapped to a chair just like other people in the movie, you know? Or I might be the guy getting wrongly accused or arrested or whatever. So she's constantly using so she does what she learns in horror school. She is taught throughout the movie and she uses the tactic, and it's like, okay, but I kind of wish the movie would have had a little bit more in the story department, and I kind of and there were a couple good twists towards the end, but by that time, I don't know if most of the audience is even going to be awake by that point in the movie. So, for brave moviegoers like myself who can pretty much watch anything, I'd mildly recommend it to brave movie watchers. Casual viewers, stay away from this thing as far as possible, because once you see the slobbering pedophile dude, I think there's going to be a lot of walkouts. Or maybe even, they may not even make it that far. I imagine probably the first assault scene, they'll probably be out the theater, you know, because it really involves a little, you know, a lot of the the sadomasochistic sex with the death, so it's pretty ashy there. But you know, the sex and the death, so I don't even know if people will make it past that first scene. So, you know, I can't really say I can recommend Red Sparrow to fans of, maybe fans of exploitation films and depravity might get a little bit out of it. Jennifer Lawrence fans, this is going to be a number 2 knock, because I know a lot of people how they felt about Mother. You know, that was kind of, I was entertained by Mother because it was just totally, absolutely ridiculous. I haven't seen a movie in a while that just pushed it so far. I was like, this is ridiculous, and I'm having a great time because it's just so ridiculous. But yeah, casual movie viewers, stay away from. So it's up to you guys if you wanted to see it or not from my description. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave comments down below about Red Sparrow, and don't forget to hit the ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding, the little bell down below. RMJ Movie Reviews. I'll see you soon.